Hi, this is Christy Combs, your practical partner, and I'm here with more teacher tips and a free giveaway. This time of year at the end of the semester, we're planning a lot for our finals, and we've talked this semester in Embedded PD about how to make our assessments stronger, how to make them skill-based, how to check the validity. But what I want to talk to you today is about test anxiety, the test anxiety that your students may be feeling this time of year. Test anxiety is a real thing. It's a psychological condition. It's a performance anxiety. It impairs learning and it can hinder performance and success on tests. There are physical, cognitive, and behavioral symptoms. Now, the causes of test anxiety could be that the student simply has a history of anxiety. They could have a history of poor test success in the past. They could be overwhelmed with negative feelings, feeling unprepared, or the fear of failure, which plays a lot into the test anxiety that I see. When a student is experiencing test anxiety, they're in this flight or fight state of mind. They're working out of their amygdala, and we've talked about this before in some of the neuroscience and whole child PLCs that we've done. When you're in a fight or flight state of mind, you're working out of your amygdala, your serotonin lowers, your heart rate raises, and because you're working out of the amygdala, your frontal lobes, where all of that learning comes from, your critical thinking, is cut off. So what we need to do is we need to activate and regulate that frontal lobe. So what we need to do is regulate and engage that frontal lobe and lower the heart rate. There's several ways we can do this. One is we need to banish negative talk. Don't give students conditional language. Don't say, if you studied, this test will be easy. If you didn't study, this part will be hard. Positive talk. You can do this. You guys got this. We've talked about this all semester. Maybe even some affirmations. It also helps if right before the test, you review just a little bit with them. That helps calm a lot of the anxiety of feeling overwhelmed and underprepared, of feeling like you might fail. To lower the heart rate, there's a lot of easy, simple things you can do. Simple breathing. Having your students take a minute before you pass the test out. Let's all breathe in. Let's all breathe out together. Soft sounds. I hear a lot of you play music sometimes softly in the background of your class, and that's great. If you're worried about what type of music can I play that's going to calm them down and not distract them, 160 beats per minute. You can go to YouTube, type in 160 beats per minute, and tons of instrumental music will come up. Soft smells. Now, I have a diffuser that I love to diffuse lavender in, but if you have some students that might have migraines or sensitivities to things like that, you can always do essential oils on a cotton ball and give the student an option if they would like the cotton ball or not. Also, mints. When you're stuck in your amygdala, the same things that soothe a child will soothe you, will regulate and re-engage that frontal lobe. So the sucking, the puckering motion with the mouth can help soothe the brain and lower the heart rate. So just simply giving your kids a peppermint before they take the test. You also want to provide kids an outlet if they're a fidgeter. Now, I'm a fidgeter. I'll shake my legs, I'll play with stuff. I used to put rubber bands around my wrists and kind of mess with them when I had a lot of high anxiety. But you want to teach students healthy ways they can do this and ways that won't distract others. I like these little fuzzy balls. They're really cheap from the craft store. I would give these to my tappers, you know, the ones that would beat and tap on the desk and they didn't even realize it because they were trying to have an outlet for their anxiety. Giving them this to just kind of play with in their hand or tap on their desk is not going to distract anybody else, but it's going to give them an outlet to get that anxiety out. Also, like silly putty or Play-Doh, pinching some off, giving them just a little bit to kind of play around with and rub on their desk while they take their test, or even stress balls. This does a world of work for fidgeters. Finally, on the test itself, you want to make sure that your directions are very clear. Go over the directions and the instructions before they even take the test. I suggest even giving your test to a colleague and having them read through it to make sure that it makes sense and there's not any places for confusion. I know Miss Courtney likes to give student choice on her finals, where she has short answer questions. She might list 3. She gives students the choice of picking 2 instead of having to complete all 3. Giving them the choice to eliminate some of the questions helps lower the anxiety. I know Miss Lilavoie's last question on a lot of her finals is for students to list anything that they know that they were not asked on the test. This gives students the opportunity to tell you everything they know, and sometimes in those answers you can see where they got confused. You can see that they really understand a topic that maybe they missed in a multiple choice situation. The last thing I'd like to advocate for are amygdala reset kits or calming kits. I have one in my room that's more so for adults, but it's little things that help regulate and re-engage that amygdala. Stress balls, colors, a darn it doll, little mind cards that you can go through to help relax the brain, sensory tools. So my giveaway for today is I'd like to give away the start of an amygdala reset kit. This one I'm giving away today has a little squishy stress ball, some silly putty, some of the little fuzzy balls, and some sensory tools. So who is our winner of the amygdala reset kit? Shannon Friedline. Shannon Friedline, you get the amygdala reset kit. As you guys prepare to give your finals, be mindful of stress anxiety. Doing these little things will make a world of difference for your students, and we also want to teach them how to cope with their anxiety. This is Christy Combs, your practical partner. I'll be back with more teacher tips and giveaways soon. Goodbye, happy holidays.